Evening. Welcome to House Groups. Hope you had a fantastic Easter. I imagine it was a different sort of celebration for many of you. There was no egg hunt, no helping at church for 3 or 4 services. I know so many of you every Easter gave so much time to our church. No extended family gatherings, and yet Jesus is still risen, isn't he? He still conquered the grave, and we can celebrate that, right, even if it looks different this year. Even before this virus broke out, there were still churches all around the world that aren't able to easily meet, not because of social distancing, but because of persecution. And so they meet in secret. They still meet. They still worship together because they want to worship the one true God. Now, we can't meet in person, but we're still worshiping together in our own way because worship is important. I remember talking with a Vietnamese pastor once who was a leader in their house church movement. And he was telling me that in Vietnam, they have to gather into house churches in a secret. He said it's really difficult for the pastors because the pastors have to memorize the entire biblical passage that they're teaching 100% accurately because they don't want to mess up what the Bible teaches. And they can't take a Bible to their house church because if they're stopped along the road or if, worse yet, the authorities come into the house church, they can't be seen with a Bible. So they not only have to memorize their sermon, they have to memorize the entire biblical text as well. And somebody asked him, at this little gathering that we were at, they said, well, what if the authorities do come? What do you do? And he said, well, if the authorities come in and there's 25 of us gathered together, and they say, what are you doing? We always say, birthday party, happy birthday. And they start, just unbelievable. But I guess supposedly it works. Listen, nothing is going to stop us as Christians from celebrating the fact that Jesus has risen from the dead. And nothing could keep Jesus locked in that tomb. Not the Romans, not the Pharisees, not a stone, not the guards, not a seal, not even death. Jesus Christ is alive, and we will worship him no matter what it looks like. Amen.